Some heroes don't start out with incredible power. They don't have super strength or a magic sword. They start with vulnerability, with a life that feels ordinary, fragile, even a little uncertain. And that's exactly where the story of Esther begins. Esther was a young Jewish woman living far from her homeland, an orphan being raised by her cousin, Mordecai. Nothing about her life suggested she would one day hold the fate of her people in her hands. Her world was small, her future unknown. But sometimes, destiny chooses you long before you feel ready for it. When the powerful king of Persia began searching for a new queen, Esther, along with countless other young women, was taken to the palace. She didn't push herself forward or try to stand out. She didn't come from a wealthy or influential family. Yet there was something about her kindness, her humility, her quiet inner strength that caught the king's attention. And before long, against all odds, she was crowned queen. But this is where the fairy tale ends and the real story begins. Because beneath all the luxury and the glamour of the palace, a terrible danger was brewing. A powerful and wicked man named Haman had managed to convince the king to approve a horrific plan to completely destroy Esther's people, the Jews, throughout the entire kingdom. An entire nation was at risk, and Esther was the only one close enough to the king to possibly stop it. Her cousin Mordecai got a message to her, a message that would change everything. He told her about the decree and urged her to act, saying, "Perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this." Imagine hearing those words. The weight of it all must have been crushing. Speaking up wasn't simple. In those days, approaching the king without being summoned could mean immediate death, even for the queen. Esther was terrified. She felt real, human fear. She wasn't some fearless warrior. She was a young woman caught in an impossible situation. But courage isn't about not feeling fear. Courage is feeling that fear and deciding to move forward anyway. So, what did she do? She asked her people to fast and pray with her. For 3 days, she prepared her heart and soul for what she had to do. Then, she put on her royal robes and walked toward the king's inner court, each step filled with terrifying risk and unwavering purpose. The moment of truth arrived. She stood before the king, her life hanging in the balance. And then he extended his golden scepter toward her, a sign of welcome, a sign of life. With calm and steady wisdom, Esther didn't immediately shout or panic. She cleverly invited the king and Haman to a series of banquets. At just the right moment, she revealed her identity and exposed Haman's evil plot. She didn't need to raise her voice. She simply stood in her truth, and that was powerful enough. Her incredible courage saved her people from destruction. Justice prevailed, and the very plot designed to harm them was turned on its head. Her voice, once quiet and hidden, became the spark that changed the course of history for her nation. Esther's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Sometimes the world feels heavy, unfair, or just plain intimidating. We face our own giants, our own impossible situations. But every one of us has moments where we are called to stand up, to speak out, and to step into something bigger than ourselves. It's okay if your hands are shaking. It's okay if you feel unqualified or small. Courage isn't always a loud roar. Sometimes it's just a quiet whisper in your heart that says, "This is my moment. I can do this." Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.